Guy and his crew are giving you more.
How much more can we do?
More killer grub, more behind-the-scenes stories, more off-the-hook joints.
Anybody else at home tripping out? This is crazy.
Grab the all-new Triple D book, The Funky Finds in Flavortown.
What's going on, you guys? This is the Thrift Store Rundown, and we're rolling out, looking for America's greatest diners, drive-ins, and dives, and bringing them all home on a budget. This is the third and final installment in the Triple D book series, The Funky Finds in Flavortown, from the mayor of Flavortown, Guy Fieri, the host of Triple D, co-authored by longtime business partner Anne Volkwein. America's classic joints and killer comfort food, including behind-the-scenes stories and documentaries from the Triple D crew, the production and technical staff, and updates from the restaurant owners on how their businesses have improved since Triple D started them. All new, all Guy, and all for a really low price, $1.50 off of Amazon for the item itself from Goodwill of Southern California. $3.99 shipping and handling, total $5.49. Today I thought I'd highlight two restaurants in here from the New York area, the only two from New York that are included in the entire book, because TSR has a fondness for New York, and you know Triple D rolls out all across the country. There are even 4 locations in Canada at the end of this book, which you should check out. This is Rincon Criollo, or Rincon Criollo. It's a Cuban food mecca, as Guy says. It's in Queens, New York. And this is the address, 4009 Judson Boulevard, RinconCriollo.wix.com. At the end of the book, you'll find on page 298 a listing of all the restaurants that have been featured on Triple D. Not just the ones featured in this book, but those that have been featured on the series from the first 2 books. Here's a restaurant update from the owner, Rudy Acosta, and a recipe, Rincon Criollo's Arroz con Pollo. Now, I do have a couple of cons to share with you. The pros definitely outweigh the cons, but there are a couple that need to be mentioned in terms of cons. Number 1, all the photography is black and white. No color photography except for the front and back covers of the book. Second, there are some photographs of the food of the dishes in the restaurants, but not by themselves, of somebody eating them or preparing them on the show, behind the scenes or in front of the camera. Here is John's of 12th Street, over 100 years of history in every bada bing bite. Must be an Italian place. This is in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic chapter. It is located in New York, New York, 302 East 12th Street, John's of 12th Street.com. Here is the phone number. A couple of notes from the crew. A restaurant update from the owner, Mike Alpert. Some hilarious behind-the-scenes stories from the crew as well, and the owners. And John's of 12th Street recipe is polpetti di vitello, veal meatballs. And it's not just regional American cuisine that's highlighted here. We're talking about different ethnicities, different traditions of cooking, different styles of cooking. The diversity in here is off the chain. However, I do want to highlight one more really cool feature in this book.
So I just want to give you all a sneak preview of this really cool feature of Guy Fieri's new book, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, The Funky Finds in Flavortown. So it has everything that you would expect, the recipes and the restaurants and the photos, but it also has this awesome fold-out map. So it features all of the restaurants that are in the book. You can see them right there. They all have their own little number. Flavortown, USA. Carries over on the back of the page, right? Here are all the other restaurants. You can see the tracks of his cool car driving away. And then when you open it up, it is this awesome map. I think I want to go to where the shark is. I want to know what's happening with that shark over there in the Atlantic Ocean. So anyway, check it out. This is an awesome feature. This isn't in any of his other books. You gotta pick it up.
That's right, this is the Flavortown USA map. It is a fold-out map, and if you would like this to be separate from the book, you can cut that out. You are well within your rights to cut it out. I'm leaving this in the book because I don't want to damage it. You might as well take a pair of scissors and cut this out if you wish. If I wanted to, I would do that. I might want to in the future, but it looks too cool to keep separate. So I'm going to keep this in. On the back, you have a listing of the restaurants featured on the front of the map. The Food Network Star is back with an all-new, all-American book in its #1 New York Times best-selling series. We do have the first two, by the way, and now that I think of it, they are definitely deserving of redo, so hopefully we'll get around to redoing the first two books. In its 17th season, Guy Fieri's Diners, Drivers, and Dives continues its reign as the multi-Emmy-nominated best source in America for finding the funky, scratch-made, and delicious. Now, the host and #1 NYT best-selling author returns with more of his favorite joints across the country and a few in Canada. In his third entry in the Triple D series, Guy keeps his motto front and center. If it's funky, I'll find it. This time around, he's bringing on the big personalities, the rocking, real-deal recipes, and the homegrown restaurants that capture the freewheeling American spirit at its finest. Also along for the ride are members of Guy's rambunctious crew, sharing the most memorable suits, meals, behind-the-scenes stories, and killer pranks from the road. And check out this new feature, a tricked-out, full-color, fold-out map that shows the location of every diner in the book. Really? Every diner? Alright then. This would be a great reference guide if you want to look them up. If you don't want to read the book, take this out, take a pair of scissors to it, just make sure not to damage it, and look up these restaurants. Again, there's a restaurant listed on page 298. I love this a lot. Retail price is $21.99 US. No retail price anywhere else. In balancing the factors, I award this a 4 out of 5. Had all the members of the crew acknowledged the audience in this book, and had there been some color photography in the interior of the book, I would have given it a 5. And anything worse I would find, I would probably give it 3.5. But all in all, I think a 4 is pretty respectable for a show and a book like this that's truly changing the way we think about Americana cuisine. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is changing lives in the most off-the-hook way possible. Thanks for watching. That's the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget.